Good morning, everyone. It's great to see all of you near and wide. So by way of an introduction, just please indulge me and allow me to get teacherly for a moment as I reflect on my own experiences as both a student and an educator. So in thinking about village gatherings, I was reminded of the historical context for the idea of village common ground, a place where historical movements such as the Levellers and the Diggers challenged Crown sovereignty, fighting for equity, democratic land rights, and universal suffrage as long ago as the 1640s. Today, our Pearson Village Gathering intentionally builds on a much older and wiser 9,000-year history of Coast Salish Indigenous gatherings, such as the potlatch or version of powwows that were often designed as cross-cultural events to celebrate common ground. So we absolutely share this legacy of building equity, social justice, and collective sovereignty on the ancestral lands of the Siannou First Nation, the people who never ceded their territory to the very same crown the Levellers fought against in the 1640s. So I feel like my own history lessons as a boy have resurfaced to remind me of these interesting connections here and now. However, our common ground now extends beyond the land itself to our community and friends online in virtual space, accessing the Pearson experience from countries all over the world. As part of the Pearson community, we are committed to intercultural understanding and an equity of experience for all of you, whether on-site or online. That is our promise to you as advisors, teachers, staff, and friends of Pearson. Let's celebrate that commitment as we formally begin the start of our academic year. Yay to everybody. One last point I would like to make as we reflect on land, place, and common ground. The current challenges we are meeting, like many others, with this new simultaneous on-site online reality, have been primarily caused by the rapid rate of ecosystem damage and climate change. Whether we consider the causal roots of zoonotic infections such as COVID-19, SARS, Ebola, or HIV, directly linked to deforestation and habitat loss, or the bookending of 2020 that started with catastrophic bushfires in Australia and seems to be nearing completion with our West Coast forest fires that may drag on through autumn. On all counts, finger points squarely to an absolute urgent need for action in this area. Aboriginal elders began 2020 by pointing out in Australia that the practices of close and careful environmental stewardship in that country, going back thousands of years, managed the bush in a way that mitigated against current uncontrollable fires that we see today. So if we fast forward to September 2020, and First Nations elders in the Pacific Northwest are saying the same thing about forest fire management going back thousands of years here. So this is why I'm tremendously optimistic about the transformative potential of a Pearson education that brings together students from around the world to work with this kind of knowledge, to seek solutions to the most pressing concerns in front of us. Lester B. Pearson and Kurt Hahn both forged their view of deliberate diversity and holistic education in the face of 20th century national conflict. However, today we can use this model of international cooperation as the best possible means of addressing challenges that are bigger than individual countries or national political agendas. A Pearson UWC education is needed more than ever in 2020 And let's celebrate that as we begin the year. So bringing us back to this wonderful village gathering and setting our intentions for the year ahead, let us always be reminded of this concept of common ground and interaction. A famous Canadian scholar of the 1960s, Marshall McLuhan, popularized the phrase, the global village, in his writings predicting the huge mobilizing potential of technology, arguing then that it could democratize knowledge and communication in radical new ways. So his idea of the global village, we now know, can equally be appropriated by global corporate interests that seek to homogenize cultural landscape for market opportunities. That was not McLuhan's intention, or Lester B. Pearson's for that matter, when considering the tremendous opportunities that can result from bringing people together on common ground. We know that Pearson College Global Village can realize the potential of acknowledging and celebrating cultural difference, whilst always seeking that common ground required to make a difference. And that is what we need to do as we move forward this year. Thank you all and have a great year ahead of you.